Members of the Washington Teachers Union that were here earlier today in front of the Wilson Building, they were sharing their frustrations with what they call a lack of transparency from DC Public Schools. They said they've gathered over 200 questions from DCPS teachers and parents regarding the city's opening plan for the schools. And they say some of those questions range in context from HVAC systems and whether or not they're safe to, is there a plan for testing in the system? And so I spoke to Liz Davis. She is the president of the Washington Teachers Association, the teachers union, and she says these are questions that they haven't received answers to yet.
They had questions about the reassignment of high school teachers to CARES classrooms. What is going to happen to students that those teachers serve in the high schools and middle schools? No answers. And it's disturbing.
Tonight at a joint hearing held by the Committee of the Whole and the Committee on Education, concerns about DCPS's plan were addressed, but not by the teachers.
The City Council will be sitting down and hearing to listen to Deputy Mayor of Education Paul Kine and Chancellor Louis Kirby about the plans for reopening our schools. They didn't invite us, the public, to raise the questions and concerns that we have. So we're having our hearing out here.
Davis says the union has collected more than 200 questions from DCPS teachers and parents that they need more answers to before returning to in-person learning. She says air quality is a top concern.
The HVAC systems, even though the chancellor has indicated that filters have been purchased and they've been purchased for each school, we do know that many of our schools are very old. Teachers are in some schools without central air conditioning. They want to know what standards are being used to determine if the air quality is going to improve as a result of those filters.
During the official hearing today, some of the teachers' concerns were addressed.
If a teacher tests positive, that teacher will be required to work virtually, and there's no need to have a teacher take leave if they're working virtually.
Have you ever had to watch via Zoom your father passed from COVID-19?
First-year DCPS teacher Stephen Garrison says COVID-19 has taken so much away from him already. His brother and sister contracted COVID, and his father died from the virus. He doesn't want to be put at risk of infection if it can be avoided.
At my school, they mentioned that, hey, if they were to open the schools tomorrow, we would not be able to open that because we are so behind, so poorly built. We have so inside of the insulation, the HVAC, all that stuff is down. But you want to force the schools to open up, but yet the schools are not ready. We have a deadly virus out here that there's no cure for, no vaccine for. We are over here putting our lives at risk every single day, or we will be if they open up schools, for the sake of something that can be done online.
So will there be random testing for DCPS teachers and students?
DCPS is not at this time considering randomized testing. We believe that there's no evidence at this point that strategy is superior to our other mitigating strategies for COVID spread.
During the hearing, Councilmember Allen shared concerns about inside of CARES classrooms, how they're not going to have any teachers actually giving instruction. And when Chancellor Farabee was asked about that, he said that teachers were going to be providing support from online, Bruce.